Hello. I need to fucking rant about some bullshit going on in my community right now. Okay, so back on International Women's Day, Lisa and I did a live stream presentation about some women's issues from around the world. And I talked about missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada. And so, yeah, if you want to know about that topic, please go watch that stream. I'll link it in the description box below. Anyway, I also mentioned in that presentation that every year in communities across Canada, there is a Sisters in Spirit vigil honoring missing and murdered Indigenous women and bringing awareness to the seriousness of that cause and how it is still a massive problem in this country. Anyway, today, October 4th, was my local Sisters in Spirit vigil. And so basically the group marches from City Hall to a community gathering place, singing traditional Indigenous healing songs, drumming, carrying signs. There's a beautiful, huge, massive sign with the names of all of the local missing and murdered Indigenous women for the last few years, and it's tragic because it's fucking huge and there's so many names on that list, but I was glad to see such a massive sign created to name all of those women. But what I saw also was a person carrying the fucking blue, pink, and white striped sign with the giant black words, "Protect Trans Youth." I cannot explain my absolute fucking anger at seeing that bullshit at the Sisters in Spirit vigil. There is a time and place, I suppose, for the trans bullshit, but the Sisters in Spirit vigil is not it. This is about missing and murdered Indigenous women across this country and in our own community, of which there are many. Many actual women missing and murdered. Their families don't know where they are, what happened to them, and you have the audacity to show up to this vigil with a "Protect Trans Youth" sign. Oh my God. Oh my God. I saw a Twitter thread once that was like, there is no movement that the trans won't commodify for their own whatever agenda. And it is so fucking true. It doesn't matter what the issue is. They're everywhere and they're going to try to take it over or make it about them. And I was just so fucking sickened to see that because I live in a particularly racist area when it comes to Indigenous issues. And it's taken a lot to get people to pay attention literally at all to Indigenous issues. And quite frankly, it's not great as it is. So when we have this annual vigil to bring awareness to these issues, especially in a community where missing and murdered Indigenous women is a real problem here and happens all the time and goes uninvestigated and unchecked, it's important that we have this vigil in this community and that people can see and be made aware of the problem that is still here happening every day in this community. But to be distracted by someone like fucking front and center carrying their goddamn pink and blue sign. I'm pissed. I'm so pissed at the audacity and the absolute narcissistic bullshit that we have to put up with when we're talking about real issues, real missing and murdered women, real dead mothers and aunts and sisters and daughters. And these fucking whiners with their gross signs whining about trans issues on a day like today at an event like tonight. To have the audacity and the lack of tact and respect for these women organizing this march and bringing awareness to these actual serious issues is so sick and speaks volumes about these nasty fuckers.